NFL game day. Deep in the heart of Texas, where the highlights are Roma, Tatia, and the biggest stars in Dallas shine their brightest. America's team is building for the future, constructing a new Cowboys stadium in Arlington.
As far as a stadium of this magnitude, this is the biggest and the best.
Billed as the biggest and best stadium in the NFL, the Cowboys' future home will also house some of the most original features in all of sport.
Well, I think one of the unique things about it is the domed structure.
A unique structure because the steel frame supporting the stadium's roof will span a quarter of a mile, stand 32 stories high, and be fully retractable.
To the point where when it's open, it's going to maintain the appearance of the old Texas Stadium.
Craig Abbott is a project manager for Manhattan Construction, the Oklahoma-based firm in charge of building the Cowboys' new home. But unlike Old Texas Stadium, Abbott says this ballpark will have capacity for 100,000 fans. And despite looking like concrete bleachers, once complete, these will be the closest field-level seats in the NFL.
It's just fascinating.
But the domed structure and near-field seating aren't the only fascinating features. Cowboys' new stadium will showcase 8 enormous video boards, the largest spreading out from 20-yard line to 20-yard line, hanging 110 feet above the field. A second, larger-than-life TV will sit outside the stadium on this steel frame. Speaking of outside architecture, the north and south ends of the stadium are being designed out of glass, giving the Cowboys' dome an outside ballpark feeling.
Retractable glass doors, which allows the end zones to open up. It's a one-of-a-kind stadium.
I'm walking now where team owner Jerry Jones will sit when New Dallas Stadium is finished. This is the 50-yard line, and while the Cowboys aren't out here playing right now, for the beginning of the 2009 season, construction crews will turn in the hard hats, the Cowboys will put on their helmets, and this will become the state-of-the-art stadium in the entire NFL.
I've always been a Cowboys fan, so getting to work on this stadium has been real fascinating.
An Oklahoma City boy who grew up a fan of the 5-time Super Bowl champs, Abbott says there's talk of bringing more than just the Cowboys to this stadium.
The Cotton Bowl coming here in the future, Final Fours, obviously, Super Bowl will be here in a few years.
There's even rumblings of bringing the greatest rivalry in college football to Arlington, and that brings a smile to some OU Texas alums.
I mean, the game's sold out every year, so.
Cowboy offensive lineman Leonard Davis played his college football at Texas, so he doesn't mind giving me a little grief about being from the Sooner State.
Texas OU, you an OU guy, huh?
No, actually I'm not.
You sure?
I promise you I'm not.
Oh, okay. All right. What's your name again? I'm gonna do some background check.
Right.
But when it comes to playing the Red River rivalry at the new stadium, Davis says OU Texas alum like himself and Roy Williams, they couldn't imagine anything bigger.
Shoot, if that was me, I'd relish every moment in there.
Relishing any moment inside this stadium is still more than a season away, because if construction here was a football game,
we're almost at the halfway point, yes.
Crews would just be getting ready for halftime. But when the fourth quarter on construction ends and the stadium rising behind the waving banner of the red, white, and blue is complete, this site will make a fitting home for America's team. In Arlington, future home of the Dallas Cowboys, Stacey Cameron, News 9.